I'm Anastasia Chatzka. I'm a fashion designer, pattern maker, and sewing educator, and I'm so happy you're here sewing along with me today. Welcome to Sew Anastasia, and today I'm going to show you how to sew a single welt pocket, and it is so easy, so make sure you follow along and you don't have to be scared of single welt pockets anymore. If you're not already a subscriber to Sew Anastasia, make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell because I put out new videos every single week. So much sewing content, so cool. And if you're already a subscriber, thank you so much for watching. And don't forget, I teach sewing classes in my design studio here in Chicago, Illinois, and virtually. And you can check out all those classes at sewanastasia.com. Supplies for this project are so simple. You're going to need your ruler and your marking utensils, so that way we can chalk out the pocket bag and the welt. You're going to need your scissors, your rotary cutter. You're also going to need a little piece of fabric for the welt and the pocket bag. You're also going to need a little bit of fusible interfacing so we can make it nice and sturdy. And then you're going to need a project to sew it onto. I'm just going to be doing a sample today on some muslin, so we'll pretend that this is my project. And you can sew this welt pocket anywhere that you want a pocket. You can make it a welt pocket. Most commonly, they are seen on the top of men's blazers. The opening for my pocket is going to be 5 inches, so I'm going to be making my pieces 6 inches wide. That allows a 1/2 inch on each side for my seam allowance. I'm going to be making my pocket bag 11 inches long, and I'm going to be making my welt a 1 inch finish, which means I need a rectangle that is 6 by 3. So let's draw and cut those pieces out. So this here is my welt, and this is going to be my pocket bag. So we can cut these out. Okay, now that we have these 2 pieces cut out, we need to cut some interfacing out of the welt piece, and we're going to be cutting 2 pieces of fusible interfacing the exact same size as the welt. I have my interfacing layered up, and I'm going to cut out 2 pieces at the same time. Now that we have everything cut out, we have 2 pieces of interfacing, 1 piece of fabric for the welt, 1 pocket bag, and I have a project here that we can sew the welt pocket onto. So now what we need to do is do some fusing for these fusibles, so let's do it. I'm going to set up my ironing board, and that way we can get ironing. There's a lot of different ironing steps in this single welt pocket to make it look really crisp and professional. So make sure you set up your ironing board. The first piece of interfacing is going to go on the back of the welt. Make sure that your glue side is faced down on the wrong side of the welt. Make sure you have muslin on your ironing board. Take another piece of muslin, put it on top. We do not want to get interfacing on our iron or our ironing board, and this will prevent it. There we go, that easy, fused on. Now what we want to do is put our next piece of fusible on the back of our project. This is my project piece here. Bubbly side of the interfacing, which is the glue side, is going to go face down. We're going to take another piece of muslin, layer it on top. That way we're not transferring glue to the iron or the ironing board. I can't stress that enough. It feels so easy not to use it, but it's a pain when you get glue everywhere from the fusible. So how do you know where to put this piece of interfacing on the back of your project? Well, you are going to put it right where you want your single welt pocket. So now that we have everything fused, it's time to sew the single welt. So we're going to fold right sides together, and we're going to sew up the ends a 1/2 inch. So let's head over to the sewing machine and sew those up. You're going to fold this welt in half, and we're going to sew up the sides a 1/2 inch. Make sure you're using a regular permanent centered stitch. And back stitch at the beginning and at the end. Now we're going to do the other side. Back stitch and cut. Now that we have the welt sewn up, it should look something like this. Next, what we need to do is clip the corners so that when we flip it right side out, it's going to be nice and crisp at the point. So we are just going to clip the corner off, so that way when we flip it right side out, it is nice and crisp. You can always take your scissors and put it in there, use a pin to help poke it out. You might even have a corner pusher or turner. Those things do exist. They've got a notion for everything. And now we have our single welt. So now we have to apply it to the pocket and actually cut into our project. Next, we are going to draw our pocket opening right where we want it on the right side of our fabric. You could also do this from the wrong side of the fabric. Doesn't matter what side of the fabric you're doing this on, but my pocket is going to be 5 inches wide and the opening is a 1/2 inch. So I'm going to go ahead and draw a 5-inch rectangle by a 1/2 inch high. I'm going to draw my rectangle on the back of my interfacing on my project, so that way I know exactly where it's going to go. So we've got 5 inches long here. And now what we want to do is create a 1/2 inch wide. So I'm going to measure out a 1/4 inch on this side. I'm going to flip it and I'm going to measure a 1/4 inch out on the other side. Okay, so now we have a rectangle that is a 1/2 inch by 5 inches long. Now what we need to do is put on our straight stitch and sew all the way around the outside of this rectangle. So let's follow our chalk line and stitch all the way around this rectangle. When you get to the corner, leave your needle in, lift up your foot and turn. Backstitch and cut. Now that we have our rectangle all sewed where the chalk was, it's time to cut it open. We're gonna cut down the center of it, and then we're also gonna cut these triangles at the end. So a 1/2 inch out to the point, and then a 1/2 inch out to the point, so we end up with these little triangle cuts on the ends. Now what we're gonna do is slice it where the chalk lines are. The easiest way to start this is fold it in half, put a little clip in the center where the chalk line is, and then work your way down one side till you get to the point. Go ahead and clip to the corner, clip to the other corner. Now to make this really perfect looking, you have to clip absolutely to the corner where the stitch line is. If you miss it, your corners are going to bubble and not look very good. So go ahead and clip all the way to that point, and then all the way to that point. And now you can see you have these little triangles at the ends. Next, we're gonna head back to the ironing board and do a little ironing. Now what we're gonna do is fold back the fabric where we have that stitch line and iron it down. So go ahead, fold that back, iron it down, make sure you have it all the way over because these are gonna be our seam allowances that we're sewing to in a minute. And we need all the seam allowance we can get in this little pocket. Now we need to do the little ends. Okay, so the back of your pocket should look like this, and the front of your pocket should look like this. So right now, your corners should be crisp. If they're not crisp, you need to go back and clip just a little bit more. While I'm at the iron, I'm also just going to iron my single welt here, nice and flat, looking great. So now what we need to do is get our welt in this opening and sew it down. So if we just push it through the opening, also your welt should fit in this opening. So if your welt is not fitting in this opening, you need to go back and make your welt a little bit smaller. Now if I flip back the fabric, you can see there's my welt pocket. So we want to go ahead and lay our seam that we have that we folded up from our opening over, and they should line up. And now what we're gonna do is stitch right back over that straight line, making sure we're catching the welt in it. So you can see that we have the welt here popping through the opening. I'm taking the seam allowance here from our rectangle and matching it up with the welt. And now what I'm gonna be doing is sewing right over that line that's already there from when we sewed that 5" by 1/2" rectangle. Use your hand wheel, put it right down in the edge, and then just follow the line of stitching that's already there. When you get to the very corner, backstitch. The back of your welt should look like this, and the front of your welt should look like that. So we have the welt popping up, we have our opening inside of here, and now it's time to sew the pocket bag to the opening of this pocket. So let's flip it over. And now what we want to do is sew one edge of the pocket bag to the edge of our pocket opening here. Again, you can just sew right on top of the stitches that already exist right there. And then our other side of the pocket bag is going to go right here on the edge of the welt and the pocket opening through all of those layers. So I really like putting on my all-purpose zipper foot for this next stitch and moving my needle over to the left and clipping the all-purpose zipper foot on the left, so that way I can get really close and stitch right back into that sewing line. Backstitch or use your fix button. We're coming all the way to the end and back stitching and cutting. And now we are going to flip it and sew the pocket bag to the other side of the opening. Right side of the pocket bag to the right side of the fabric. And I'm going to sew with the stitching face up so I can see it and make sure that I'm stitching right on top of it or just right next to it. Come all the way to the end and backstitch and cut. So here's the outside of our pocket. If we flip up our project, you can see the pocket bag and where I've stitched it right to this line right here through all the layers of the welt and the opening of the pocket. And now if we turn it around to the other side, you can see where I stitched it down. So I got ironed down a little bit. You can see where it's stitched down to that little flap of fabric that we have there, about 1/4 of an inch. And now what we need to do is sew up the sides, and this is the trickiest part. The easiest way to sew up the sides of this pocket are to flip back your project, and now you can see exactly where you need to sew. Now it is so important that you catch this little triangle here because this is the opening to the side of the pocket right in here. And we don't want a hole in our pocket. So it is so important that you sew down this little triangle. So again, I recommend putting on your all-purpose zipper foot. It will help you if you move that needle position all the way to the left and click it onto the left as well. We're gonna start at the bottom. We're gonna sew all the way up over all these layers and folds and over the triangle and then backstitch. So don't forget to backstitch or fix all the way at the bottom of your pocket. And of course it loves to get stuck with that pressure of the zipper foot. Okay, come all the way up. Keep your project out of the way. Now very carefully, you want to make sure that you are stitching right where the seam is at the base of that rectangle. Make sure you're not stitching over here, otherwise you're gonna end up with a bunch of puckers. So make sure you are just right next to the base of that triangle, backstitch and cut. So you can really see that, how we've stitched right at the base of that triangle. Now I'm gonna sew up the other side, and this time I'm gonna start at the top. Again, just make sure you're sewing right next to the base of that triangle, but not catching any of the other fabric. When you get to the bottom, backstitch and cut. So if we flip back the project, we can see where we sewed right down that triangle and down our pocket bag, and it looks nice and smooth on the outside. If I flip this welt back, I cannot get my finger in there, and all of our corners look nice and crisp. Now our last step is going to be edge stitching down this welt. So we are just going to stitch really close to the edge on both sides of this welt, and then it's done. So we are just going to stitch on the very edge of this welt all the way down to the bottom of it. Back stitch, just a couple, and cut. I'm gonna flip it around and do the same thing on the other side. I like to use my hand wheel to make sure I'm in the right position because we're being so precise with these little edge stitches. Don't back stitch into your pocket. We can remove those though. Come up to the very top and back stitch just a couple and cut. We did it, we finished. Wasn't that easy? There were a few extra steps in there, but it turned out beautiful. Let's take a look at it. So we have our single welt pocket. This here is the welt, and then we have our opening here with our pocket bags. We can get into it. And we have our little edge stitches here, which I did in a contrasting thread. If you did those in a matching thread, it would look absolutely perfect. And if we turn it over, let's take a look at it. We've got our interfacing, we've got our pocket bag, we've got it sewn on to the welts. Everything is looking wonderful. So now we can apply single welts to everything and not be afraid. I bet you could imagine this on the side of your jacket. Tons of jackets have these for pockets, and sometimes they even have a zipper in there. Imagine inserting a zipper in that. Whoa. I hope you enjoyed sewing a welt pocket the Anastasia way today, and I hope it made your life easier when sewing welt pockets. If you've never ever done this before, I totally suggest trying it on a scrap piece of fabric first before you do it on your project, just so you can get a feel for it. Thanks so much for watching today, and if you have any questions about how to do a welt pocket, make sure you leave it down below and I will get back with you as soon as I can. And I would love to see what you've been working on lately, so make sure you tag me in your projects, Sew Anastasia, so that way I can repost them and share your creativity with everyone else. So don't forget to follow me on Instagram and Facebook and Twitter and TikTok and all those social media websites, so that way we can stay connected and creative together. And if you're not already a subscriber to Sew Anastasia, make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell so you know when all the new sewing tutorials come out. I put out a few of them every single week right now, so that is so much sewing content for you, for free. Amazing. Happy sewing, and I'll see you later. Bye.